Hey, Carly, man, that looks fabulous out there. Thank you very much. Matt Damon and Jessica Chastain star in the new sci-fi adventure, The Martian, where Damon is abandoned on Mars. Christian plays the NASA mission commander who leads an extraordinary effort to rescue him. As the film chronicles Damon's attempt to survive, Chastain worked with real-life NASA astronaut Tracy Caldwell Dyson to perfect her role. And during the Toronto International Film Festival, our own Russ Simmons asked Chastain about what this movie is really about.
I have no way to contact Nancy.
That really, actually, one person on their own can't really. We don't really work on our own. We need the help of others, and I think that shows the beautiful side of human nature, and that's why I'm really excited to be in this film.
Meantime, Dyson was on the space station, flew on the space shuttle, and trained for 17 months before her NASA mission. Rusk asked her how critical she is of a movie like this.
For the most part, you're just you know, full of gratitude that someone took an interest in space and wanted to depict that and bring the rest of the public into that life. And we want, at NASA, we want to share what we do, and everything we have, we give to the public.
And I'm still alive.
The Martian movie is based on Andy Weir's popular novel. So, could Matt Damon's character really survive on Mars? We have the man here who's going to help us understand these very complex questions. We're honored to have astrophysicist Dr. Michael Scherer here with us to talk fact versus fiction. And welcome to Kansas City for the first time.
Thanks, great to be here.
You're going to be talking about this in a Q&A out of the Prairie Fire Museum out in Johnson County, which is a great place. I know you've had a chance to visit there. But let's get into the movie here. Just this week, experts were saying they found flowing water on Mars. First of all, is it possible to have flowing water on Mars with temperatures, 94 degrees below freezing?
You would have thought that the answer would be no, and all physicists who had thought about the problem, all chemists, have long said, no way, probably millions of years, billions of years in the past. What we had all neglected was the fact that the water is extremely salty. And if you put the right kind of salt in water, you'll lower the temperature. It becomes antifreeze. And so at minus 40, minus 50, minus 70 degrees, water can still flow if it's got enough perchlorates in it. And that's the salt that's now been found on Mars.
Perchlorates. I remember reading that word. Thank you for helping with the pronunciation. So part of the premise of the movie is that Matt Damon is stranded on Mars. He has 30 days worth of quote-unquote survival gear, but he ends up spending 4 years on there, and he ends up growing, I guess, potatoes.
Potatoes.
And so he lives on potatoes for 3 years. First question, is it possible, do you think it's possible to grow something on Mars, what we know about it?
No question about it. If you can extract enough water from the atmosphere, which is the physics that he uses, and that's realistic. There is enough H2O water vapor to condense water out of the air. And if you can use the soil, and if you use some of the potato clippings and so on to enrich the soil, then in fact you can. You can certainly grow enough potatoes to keep yourself alive. You may become violently sick of potatoes during the time, but you can actually get enough nutrition out of them to survive, as long as you're taking vitamins, which he does.
Oh, that was going to be my follow-up question, because I was wondering if you would become vitamin deficient if you were just living on potatoes the whole time.
Badly so. So you got to do that, and he does in the movie.
Tell me about, now you've read the book, but you haven't seen the movie.
Right.
General observations about, in the clip there, about a movie covering something like, us going to Mars and possibly staying on Mars. Just to give you a general observation of
It's
that.
going to happen. The only question is, how soon is it going to happen? We're going to be doing a lot more robotic exploration first. This discovery of the flowing water, for example, tells us that we now have to send rovers to Mars that don't go in X and Y, that go horizontally. We've got to go vertically. We've got to send probes down to look for microbial life, maybe to look for bigger things that are down underneath the surface. We don't know of a single example of life anywhere else in the universe right now. This is our chance, and we know exactly where to go now, where these flowing water flows are. Go down, hit the water, see if there's anything alive in it.
Wow, our time is up. I can't believe it went by so fast. You're going to have a chance to ask Dr. Scherer questions about it as well. I know you get a lot of interesting questions. Is there anything in the book that you found hard to believe? Because the movie and the book are similar.
The movie and well, I haven't seen the movie yet, but the book itself is the most extraordinary piece of science fiction I've read in the last 20, 25 years. It is all right. The physics is all correct. The chemistry, the biology, insofar as I can tell, is absolutely perfect. We're going to be talking about it tonight at Prairie Fire Museum. We're going to go see the movie first and then come back for a Q&A. I hope some of your viewers will come and join us.
That's an astonishing comment from you about that, because Hollywood is so far off from what the science...
Not this time. They got it absolutely right.
Very interesting. Great to meet you. Enjoy your time in Kansas City.
Thanks so much.
And certainly enjoy the Q&A. You can meet Dr. Shera. He's going to be conducting the Q&A after a special screening of The Martian at Cinetopia in Prairie Fire tonight. And The Martian comes out in theaters nationwide today.